Bringing vanilla to you into your home is a lot of work and a lot of processes between the orchid flower and your home table. First of all, orchids are very specific and picky about where they grow and how they're processed. Once they are grown, then the vanilla pods are ripened and soaked in a certain amount of alcohol, sometimes some other chemicals, but it is necessary for the beans to actually ferment and then dry again before they're ready to be extracted. Once the beans are dry and ferment from their fermentation process, they're again put into an alcohol bath and then steeped, sometimes for 3 to 5, even 12 months, depending upon the manufacturer of the vanilla extract. Once the flavor has been extracted, there are times where some companies will split the bean and scrape out the innards where there is more flavor and more color. Some companies will actually take the beans and rather than splitting them open to extract more flavor, will actually go through the process 3 or 4 times to continue to extract flavor. And they are typically the brands that are less expensive, but the vanilla flavor is certainly not as concentrated. Finding processors can be a tricky business as well. Some processors are trying to make as much money as they can, obviously, because vanilla beans are very expensive. If you were to buy a vanilla bean in the store, they can cost upwards to $10 for one bean. Those beans are actually fermented first and then dried and then soaked in an alcohol brine, which extracts the flavor. Now that brine process can take 3, 5, even 12 months depending upon the practices of that particular producer. Once the extract is taken, it is then sometimes concentrated, but mostly it's put into a bath of water and alcohol and then bottled to make it to your kitchen. There is a certain amount of guesswork coming from using vanilla which has been extracted because of those different manufacturers. Some are stronger than others, and so therefore it's difficult to standardize recipes, especially when you're making large batches in an institutional situation. So some institutions will go through quite a process of evaluating which ones will fit their recipe demands and their budget as well. I prefer to get my vanilla out of Mexico. It's not necessarily the strongest. However, it is, for the price, probably one of the best options. This bottle cost me about $32, but it's a full quart, and it will last me a very long time. Now, don't worry about you folks who are afraid of alcohol. The amount of alcohol in there after it's been baked out is negligible, so I wouldn't worry about how much alcohol is in it, and I certainly wouldn't want to drink it straight. Here at Spice Road, we use white vanilla. White vanilla is processed much the same. It's fermented and soaked in an alcohol bath, and then the extract is taken out, but there's a couple of extra processes. First of all, the alcohol and water is evaporated out of that vanilla flavoring and then is mixed with sugar rather than alcohol. Because white vanilla contains sugar versus liquid, for some recipes where the moisture content is critical, such as scones or cookies, you can add the blends that we send you without compromising your recipe or having to make any adjustments. There you have it. The only thing I would like to caution you now on is don't be fooled when they say vanilla bean ice cream or vanilla bean cookies. And after all the flavor is extracted out, they grind those husks and put them in your ice cream and cookies. So you see some black specks, but the flavor is almost all but extracted and leaves you with basically black dirt in your ice cream. We'll see you again here at Spice Roads on our Spicy Tidbits segments.